and welcome to Olsem Wanem. I'm Deborah Pranis. In this episode, we feature the World Refugee Day celebrations in the country. We start off with the celebrations in Port Moresby as well as in Manus province. The national theme for this year is PNG Welcomes Refugees. These events were organized by the International Organization for Migration and the PNG Immigration and Citizenship Service Authority. June the 20th marks World Refugee Day. Here in Port Moresby, it's celebrated here at the National Museum. We've seen dances by the West Papuan group and songs by the PNG Refugee Ambassador, Olsem Nakikus. The national theme for this year is PNG Welcomes Refugees.
My name is Olsem. I'm a musician and I'm the PNG Refugee Ambassador. We come to celebrate World Refugee Day annually, basically to recognize struggle. Online bloom is not parcel. They're humans just like us. You know, they can bring in positive things towards, developing our economy. We should accept them, we can learn from them, and then we can understand, They are, like I said, we are one humanity. Yes, music is very, very powerful. I've written a song about a struggle of a certain people that that is going to be released soon, and I hope it will go a long way to help these people, our people. Yeah. So yeah, music is very powerful.
According to the UN, a refugee is someone who has been forced to flee his or her country because of persecution, war, or violence. Welcome back. The government has made its stand to address the West Papuan and the Manus refugee situation in the country. The West Papuans in particular have been living in the country for decades with no official status. In this segment, we feature some speeches made on World Refugee Day that was held here in Port Moresby. It was organized by the International Organization for Migration and the PNG Citizenship Service Authority.
So far in PNG we have over 10,000 West Papuans from refugees from West Papua who have lived with us for a very long time, and we have commenced on registration for them with the view to finally granting them a legal status. And I'm pleased to announce that out of these, about over 1,000 of them, their applications have been finalized, and they will be going before the Citizenship Advisory Committee very soon for issuance of their citizenship. This year we hope to have over about maybe 85% of all West Papuans registered. We have about 10% of our refugee population in Manus. So they haven't been with us for too long like the West Papuans, but like the West Papuans, they're also in need of help, they're in need of protection, and over about 500 of them have been found to be refugees, and you will be seeing them more in the communities. We have some in Port Moresby, some in Ley, and my team is assisting them to settle, to make linkages with the community, and to rebuild their lives in our community. I wish to thank our partners for the support of PNG Immigration Refugee Division, not only in creating awareness, understanding, empathy for the plight of refugees by staging these events, but more importantly, in your contribution to building and strengthening a national capacity to manage the issue of refugees in PNG. I would like to mention in particular the IOM, UNHCR. They're not present here, but they have helped us to put together a legal framework. The Department of Immigration and Border Protection in Australia, Multicultural Development Agency in Brisbane, who are helping us build capacity for settlement in Papua New Guinea for our refugees. And back home, Department of Provincial and Local Level Governments.
Forced displacement has reached epidemic proportions worldwide. There are now more than 65 million people uprooted from their homes globally. The UNHCR Global Trends Report, which was published just very recently, estimated that for every minute there are 42 people displaced worldwide. Just think about that. Every single minute in the last year. Across the world, what we're seeing is 42,500 people displaced every single day. That is phenomenal. The world has not known that level of displacement ever before. New and recurring conflicts, ever more disturbing forms of violence and persecution are forcing people to search for safety within their own countries, but also across international boundaries as asylum seekers and refugees. For many people, men, women, and children, long-term exile means being away from their homes, their countries of origin, from their families, their loved ones, from the things that they know and are familiar with, to start a new life elsewhere. At the end of the past year, 2015, 21 million refugees, 3.2 million asylum seekers, plus 40.8 million internally displaced people were there in the world.
International Organization for Migration and the PNG Immigration and Citizenship Service Authority also organized a photo exhibition in the National Museum in Port Moresby. The exhibition was organized to raise awareness on refugee issues and refugee protection for the whole community. Schools in Port Moresby were invited to the photo exhibition. One of the schools that attended the exhibition was Gerehu Secondary School.
Yeah, thank you very much, Deborah. My name is Ahmed, and this is with reference to the World's Refugee Day celebrations. International Organization for Migration and PNG Immigration Department, we organized World Refugee Day, and we also organized this photo exhibition. Actually, the idea behind this photo exhibition is to raise awareness among school children, to raise awareness about refugee issues, to build their understanding about the refugee settlement in a new country. So what kind of issues do they face? What kind of problems do they undergo? So this would help us basically building their understanding, because our school kids, this is our next generation of our policy makers. This is our next generation of business people. This is our generation of next, I would say, teachers, academics, politicians. So if they understand now that what are the issues with reference to migration issues, with reference to refugees, so they will be able to understand better, and they will be able to address those issues in a better way in the coming days. Thank you.
My name is Cody, surname Rawel, and as for me, putting myself into the shoes of our refugees, if I was in a different country, I would definitely miss my family, my culture, and my home. I would feel like I just need someone to at least make me feel at home. So today, I think it's nice that refugees that come into our country as asylum seekers and refugees, I think it's nice that we welcome them into our country and make them feel at home. Because if I were to go to a different country with people I didn't know, I would feel left out and not loved. And I would want someone to at least give me that love, or at least be there for me.
My name is Samuel Tabe, and I am in grade 12 from Gerehu Secondary School. The thing that I found interesting today was that everyone has a right to live a better life, and when refugees come to our country, a lot of people are not aware of it. A lot of locals, they start accusing and saying all sorts of things. For refugees to come in, I think I, as an individual, would encourage that, because everyone has a right to live a better life, and we are all human beings, so yeah.
My name is Beneldo Sosori. My view for point of refugees to be in Papua New Guinea is that refugees bring new ideas, some like to invent some locals about doing such things to grow our economic in the country.
Okay, my name is Natasha Sene Maib. I'm in grade 12. One thing I found interesting, firstly I thought that refugee, they only live in Port Moresby, but not other provinces. But I found out that they also live in Kiunga and West Sepik, Wanem, and Manus also. And I thought they just stay there, they never learn anything, go to class or something like that. But I saw one of the the picture, they took a shot of some of the people refugee from Afghanistan and Bangladesh. They took lesson on, took an English lesson.
Yeah, this is an ongoing activity. This is an ongoing collaboration between International Organization for Migration and PNG Immigration Department raise awareness about refugee issues in Papua New Guinea, to raise awareness about how migration can help, how refugees can contribute to the economy, how refugees can better integrate into the communities, and how communities and how refugees they can benefit each other from these initiatives. So this is basically an ongoing activity. We organized a World Refugee Day, first ever World Refugee Day last year. And we are doing lots of campaigns. We are utilizing mass media. We are utilizing other channels, social media. We are doing community mobilization. We are also working with the communities to link communities with the refugees and to link refugees with the communities. So it's an ongoing program. And we do hope that in the coming months, in the coming years, we will continue these efforts.
The World Refugee Day was also celebrated here in Manus province. Celebrations in the province went on for 3 days. Local communities, schools, and refugees in the province came together to mark this day with various activities.
My name is George Gigari, and I'm the Chief of Mission of IOM, that's the International Organization for Migration in Papua New Guinea, and we are here on Manus celebrating World Refugee Day. This is the first celebration on Manus Island. Last year we had a big concert in Port Moresby, and previously there were small-scale celebrations. But on this scale, I can safely say this is a historic event. This is the first time this has ever happened, and I'm very, very excited and happy to see how well it's going. So there's a number of programs that IOM is doing, assisting the government and complementing efforts of the government to assist the refugees. One is the humanitarian and voluntary return of asylum seekers, not refugees, asylum seekers that wish to return home. We provide safe and dignified return and reintegration support for those people. And the second part is assistance in settlement and integration of refugees. Specifically, we are working on creating an enabling environment, doing community engagement to make sure that those that do want to live and be integrated in Papua New Guinea and the PNG society that is eager to accept them, that this marriage works.
Name Lomi Sam Yua, me Senior Settlement Officer, Provincial Liaison, Communication and Engagement Team Leader. Me work on the Refugee Division, PNG Immigration and Citizenship Service Authority. So, me based on Manus. Me play things this day me significant. Long refugees, both West Papuans or West Papuans refugees me play lohian all refugees me play anenit long resettlement arrangement program anit long Australian well staff me play lohian me play things this day important long all me play can thing Wanem all hardship, wanem all struggles, now challenges all face him now can cope with them this la live no only stop one time plan now. So this la damn long. Me bla by tingim all.
To mark this day, a tree planting ceremony was also conducted. Members of different Manus communities planted trees to mark World Refugee Day.
Lorengawis, memakai mouse for Lorengawis, we talk thank you to Mas Luwik the invitation kami plan di belakang. We really enjoy the celebration here. Refugee is not just these people. You man, you block kebeng, you lusi kebeng, am stalo manus, you refugee too. Okay. Anybody that you lusi place blin, istalo place blin harulaman, you refugee. Okay. So you may all get a celebrating refugee. Me too me have kebeng, so thank you. Me all refugee. Me makim Lorengawis lo plani diwai. Mi plo Lorengawis mi pla preo si diwai rumble ba grow na ba makim this la day. Na ba mi plano na plus ting ose mi pla bin part lo this la event to celebrate this la Refugee Day. Thank you.
The refugees also had their displays. There was also sports and music by the PNG refugee ambassador and Slomnakikus.
And now everybody, are you ready? Well, if you love a reggae music, let me say yeah. Well, if you love a reggae music, let me say mama. Well, if you love a reggae music, let me say hands all over. Well, if you love a reggae music, let me say reggae. I sing it in the west side, hey.
And that's all we have time for on Olsem Wanem. If you have any comments or stories you would like to share, please send us a message via the email address showing on your screen or visit us on our Facebook page. From the Olsem Wanem team, I'm Deborah Prentice. Have a pleasant evening.